Okay, so funny story. So I had this video already made, and I had it already situated on what I was gonna do, what I was gonna say, yada yada. And all of a sudden, I hop in DaVinci, have the whole thing, you know, ready to set, just about to export it, and then all of a sudden, I press full screen to watch the whole thing. I like to watch all of my YouTube videos all the way through to make sure everything is okay. Soon as I pressed it, everything is in focus but myself. Now, I don't know how many times I've done this before because I have a manual lens I have a cinema lens on my camera. So if you have a cinema lens and you know that you've been using autofocus for so long and then you switch, so you'll, if you know, you know. But I just wanted to make this video because I just wanted to address where I've been and what I've been up to for a bit, and also wanted to, give something to people that are just starting into the Fujifilm system and then wanted to get into video and wanted to learn how to do the cool shutter speed effect. And I will also give you the settings because most videos that I actually looked up to try and do this myself mostly just came from the Sony part. Everyone had a Sony on them. If they didn't have a Sony, they had something else. And I rarely seen the Fujifilm camera in someone's hands making this kind of thing. Mostly because like the Fujifilm system, when it comes to filmmaking, a lot of people don't see it as a filmmaking camera. They see it as a hybrid where there's photography or a little bit of video here and there. But when everybody thinks of Fujifilm, they think of mostly photos. So mostly just what I wanted to do was start making little small stuff here and there about videos for people that are beginners just like myself. I'm no expert, but I'm willing to learn if anyone in the comments wants to help out with a few things. So I'm going to give you my 2 tips on how to create the shutter effect, and I will also go into the settings with you and then show you how to change some of those things. But first, I just wanted to address where I have been lately. Okay, so for the entire month of March, I'm gonna try to make this fast as I can. But as for the month of March, I had a lot of videos planned out and already set. However, I ended up being set with some opportunities that came around. And like I said, if you have not been seeing my videos lately, I am a full director now. This is my career. I recently just retired from editorial photography and making the switch to just making my own short films and stuff like that. So I got a chance to be a production assistant for a commercial, which was really fun. I got to see the ins and outs of how some of the stuff works behind the scenes, and which was a really great thing. The second one, I got to film an event for a friend of mine's, and it was really great. The people were nice. To see everyone do the creativity thing, and it was oranges, so I couldn't pass up the opportunity on that. But after that, during the editing process, I just decided to go 100% in on my 2 films that I am currently working on as of right now. One's a horror, and the other one is a thriller comedy. So those will be out sometime. I have no idea when. I'm about to film one of them, so I'm very excited on that. So that's pretty much where I have been for the whole entire month that I've been gone. But hopefully once things starts to slow down, I'll start making videos like this and then other stuff. So yeah. Okay, so there are 2 different ways of doing this. One I consider as like the cheating way, but the other one is like the authentic way of lowering your shutter speed. Now, when you are doing this, I know when you go and figure out the videos, they just tell you that your shutter speed needs to be at a certain point so you can get this effect. However, on Fujifilm, we have to go into our settings and change this. And here are the settings right here. What you'll do is you'll go into you'll press menu on your camera. You will go into movie setting, which it should automatically be on there. Then you'll go down to movie compression. Now next to it, it says long gap. Now long gap is a setting that is technically just normal. We can do 4K 60, etc., etc. We can do all that when it comes to long op. So that's technically always on. Mostly, there's nothing too big of a difference on that. But if you're a beginner like I am, it's good to just have that on. But once you press onto that, you should see something on the top of that that says all intra. I almost said ultra. Now, intra is basically a different part of it. Now, with this one, you can't go 4K 60 with it. I'm assuming I believe so. And then there's something else you cannot do once you're in that mode. So the best time to only turn this on, if it's up to you, but the only best time to turn this on is if you're trying to lower your shutter and get this effect. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn on that, and once you go back to your regular settings where you see everything on your camera, then you can turn around and just lower the shutter as low as you can. Now, the sweet spot that I have found is between 15 and 10. I feel like those are like the nice buttery smooth in between where you can do what you want to do in that process. Watching people run by, or making a cool effect as you spin around someone, stuff like that. You can get the fallen angels effect. The thing is, you would have to probably just go a few stops down. You would just have to go a few stops down to get like that effect, because in the film I think the shutter is just a little bit lower than 10, so you can just like make it feel just like the movie. You just have to go a little bit more down. Now, once you're completely done with this, once you are shooting in this mode, you have to realize that you have to make sure that everything is set correctly, because there are moments where you can end up with a lot of noise in your footage. So just making sure that your aperture and whatever lens that you're using, whether it's a cinema lens or a regular autofocus lens, just making sure that everything is set nicely. That way you can get away from like having, because you can have this on, it just gives away too much noise, just depending on the light situation that you are in. So be careful with that. But once you're done getting your shot, whatever it is that you were trying to get with that, and then you can just go back into long op. Like I said, there's nothing too major with being in all intra. Is just certain things that you can't do in that you can do in long op. If I'm wrong, and you guys who are experts have a lot more information on that, please put that in the comments below, because it would not only help me, but it would help someone else out in the comments as well. So thank you on that part. Now, the second way of doing this is another way that I've just learned how to do it on my own. And like I said, there's not enough content out there to just tell us like, hey, go into your camera and change this to this setting and stuff like that. So what I would do is I would change my shutter speed to 24, and then do my filming like that. And then in post, I would hop in DaVinci Resolve and then slow it down to about 45% maybe. And that's how I used to just get the slow shutter effect. I mean, it doesn't fully give it, but it somewhat kind of does. But if you wanted to get like, well, how I do it is between 45 and 35%, slowing it down, and then that way I can just make it kind of look just like that. But this is before I knew about all intra and long op, changing the settings like that. That's technically a cheating way, but you gotta forgive me. That's how I was doing it at first. But yeah, that is the other way of doing it. But I definitely would recommend, maybe you want to try it out and see how you feel about it. That'd probably be a cool way. But I definitely would recommend going into all intra and then changing the settings and stuff like that. Oh, but yeah, nothing too big of a video, something really small. If you are an expert in all intra, please in the comments below, I would love to hear more about it, especially like I said, because I'm still a beginner in that, in this whole filming with the Fujifilm, and I'm sure it'll help me and someone else out in the return. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that, and you guys stay safe, keep dreaming, and I will see you when I'm not busy. Bye.